Hello everyone, I'm Professor Nirav Mehta from LG Institute of Technology and Engineering. Today we are going to discuss about subject called automobile component design. In this session, we are going to discuss about a topic called design of connecting road, an introduction to design of connecting road. So before getting into this connecting road, we should know about what is connecting road and what is function of our connecting road. Connecting rod is a component which connects piston and crankshaft to transfer power of gas pressure which is generated in cylinder piston cavity. So here you can see the animation of our connecting rod. You can see here in the blue area it is piston and this brown area it is crankshaft, and the red portion it is connecting rod which connects piston and crankshaft. So what is function of our connecting rod? It is to transmit that push and pull effort to our crankshaft of our piston. This push and pull in terms of power transmission which is generated due to our gas pressure. So it comes under this kind of gas pressure, which is an indirect component which transmit this gas pressure of piston through our connecting rod to our crankshaft. So most you can say it is an intermediate component of our piston cylinder, or you can piston crankshaft assembly. So in this session we are going to also discuss about different aspects of our connecting rod, from construction, working conditions, selection of material, manufacturing process, different types of forces acting upon them, and ultimately design of component or different geometrical aspect of our connecting rod. After this session you will able to design any of connecting rod clear by following this algorithm or procedure of our connecting rod. So before getting into this, you should consider our connecting rod in terms of automobile connecting rod as well as any machine component, or you can say mechanical connecting or industrial connecting rod. So first is, let's discuss about construction of our connecting rod. Construction of our connecting rod is considered as a short column. This short column consists of three parts. Clear? One is big end, one is small end, and one is shank. Clear? This shank is consist of a long small end at one point and big end at one point. This shank has a cross section area, could be a circular section, tubular section, I section, or H section, depending on different power aspect of our engine. Clear? If it is automobile engine, we have to consider it as a I section or a H section. So in this case, or in our case study, we are going to consider it as a I section. Clear? So this big end, you can see here, this big end which connect with our crankshaft, and small end connect with our piston pin. Clear? Big end has two parts. One is called cap, and one is called which is connected to our shank. This cap and shank part is connected via two bolts. Clear? You can see here one road cap bolt which is called as a clear. So here we are going to design or discuss about different design of this different parts of connecting rod. So I hope you clear about the construction of our connecting rod. Next we are going to discuss about working condition. So our connecting rod comes under complex system of stresses, or you can say complex system of forces. How these forces are generated? These forces mainly generated due to gas pressure. This gas pressure acting on each and every aspect or each and every component of our IC engine. This gas pressure generate direct stress on our piston. This piston transmit force in terms of bending stress as well as sweeping stress to our connecting rod. This direct stress will try to buckle or try to bend our connecting rod, which considered as a short column. So while considering this connecting rod, we have to consider in two aspect. One is short column as well as considered as a beam. Clear? So we have to consider it as a short column and beam. In case of short column, it will always try to buckle. In case of beam, it will always try to bend. But mainly the buckling effect will going to be a predominant in the case of our connecting rod. So next, we are going to discuss about different aspects of a material selection. Due to its working condition, which comes under complex amount of stresses, whether it is buckling stress, bending stress, sweeping stress, or you can say a bearing pressure due to that connection at big end and small end, we have to consider material which can be withstand against any type of stresses. Clear? So here in this case we have to consider metal alloys, different metal alloys, and mainly iron alloys, or you can say steel. Clear? So in this case we are going to consider a mild steel or alloy steel, which has predominantly chromium nickel or chromium molybdenum, depending on its different application. In case of our automobile connecting rod, it should have ultimate tensile strength well above 1000 megapascal because of its complexity of working condition. That's why we have to consider, we have to design a connecting rod which have higher end of our strength. Clear? Next, we are going to discuss about manufacturing process of our connecting rod. In case of manufacturing process, we have one manufacturing process called drop forging. Why drop forging? So previously we have discussed about different types of manufacturing process and selection of those manufacturing process. So there were two main core manufacturing process. One is casting process and one is forging process. In case of casting process, it will go show good strength against any compressive force. Clear? Or compressive stress. So why this compressive stress will be predominant and will going to facilitate us to design a casting component in case of structural part. So when we have to come across any structural part, it is very applicable, or you can say feasible, to construct it with the help of a casting process. But when it comes under a different kind of complex stresses, bending stress, buckling stress, or sweeping stress, or you can say a bearing stress, we have to consider a manufacturing process which is forging. Clear? So this forging process facilitates us to strengthen our component, which is also called strain hardening. So due to complexity of the stresses or forces, we have to consider, or we have to take a drop forging as our core manufacturing process. After this drop forging, we have to perform different machining process. One, we have to cut our big end into two parts to facilitate to mount it into our crankshaft, as well as we have to provide machining to get that perfect dimension of our connecting rod. And after this machining process, it should have adequate strength and stiffness, as well as it should also have a minimum weight. So while selecting this manufacturing process and our material for connecting rod, we should also consider its weight of our component, because due to its reciprocating motion, it will going to create inertia. Clear? So inertia forces will going to predominantly affect on our connecting rod assembly. Clear? How this inertia force will going to work? This inertia force will going to work due to gas pressure which is generated inside our cylinder piston cavity. This cylinder piston cavity, via our piston, this force will transmit it to our connecting rod, and it due to that force it will going to comes under inertia effect, or you can say inertia forces. Due to its own weight, it will trying to dismantle, or you can say disalign our connecting rod assembly. Clear? So it should have minimum weight, or you can say light weight, for its adequate strength and stiffness. After that, let's discuss about different types of forces acting on this. Here you can see the motion of our connecting rod. This motion is mainly a reciprocating, or you can say sweeping motion in case of connecting rod. So there are different types of stress forces which are going to act upon our connecting rod. The main force, or you can say source of our force, it is gas pressure, which is generated in our cylinder piston cavity. It will directly acting on your connecting rod and try to buckle our connecting rod, which is considered as a short column. After that, this inertia force will going to try to buckle this connecting rod. So we have to design our connecting rod which can easily withstand this buckling force. Second one, sweeping force, due to the friction between piston ring and our cylinder assembly. This cylinder assembly will create pressure on our piston ring, and this piston ring try to constrain our motion of our connecting rod and ultimately convert that into sweeping stress. So this sweeping stress will directly affect the life of our connecting rod due to this friction motion, and ultimately this piston end, clear, one is big end when one is small end, it's directly come into contact with our piston pin as well as crank pin. So this piston pin and crank pin will create pressure on our big end and small end, and ultimately this pressure will convert into bearing pressure, which try to dislocate or disalignment of our big end and small end. So, and after that, after this determination of forces, we are going to design this different component or different aspect of our connecting rod. So first we are going to design a body of our connecting rod, which is, you can say, a shank of our connecting rod. So first we are going to determine cross section area of our connecting rod. To determine this cross section area of connecting rod, we have to consider it as a short column. By considering it as a short column, we have to apply Rankine's formula for short column. While applying this Rankine formula of this short column, we have to consider our connecting rod shank, whether it is a H section or a I section. After determining this cross section for a H section and I section for a buckling, clear, we will design crank pin at a big end and piston pin at a small end. So we are going to determine length of our big end and small end and diameter of that big end and small end depending on bearing pressure acting upon our connecting rod due to our crank pin as well as piston pin. After determining this section of our crank pin and piston pin, we are going to design last thing, which is size of bolt as well as size of our big end cap. In case of bolt comes under shearing stress due to the effect of our crankshaft and our connecting rod. It will comes across a shearing stress due to both of the motion of these two components. Clear? And big end cap comes under bending stress due to that peripheral area of our crankshaft. So our big end will considered as a simply supported beam which has a centrally loaded due to this crankshaft and supported at the end with the help of bolts. So while designing these three aspects, we have to consider different types of stresses and different type of forces acting upon them. And after determining this geometry of our component, we can easily say that our component is safe to working for our IC engine component. So after this designing of the big end cap, we will move on to crankshaft. So here we have discussed about different aspect of a design consideration of our connecting rod. This is going to be applicable in any case study or any design of connecting rod. This will going to be our algorithm, or you can say a procedure for our connecting rod. First, we are going to discuss or determine the construction depending on our working condition. Then we are going to determine working condition and its effect on our component, or you can say connecting rod. Then we are going to determine material depending on forces acting on them, or you can say the capacity of our engine. Then depending on this material selection and function of our component, we have to select manufacturing process of our connecting rod and ultimately determine different type of forces acting upon them and design our geometrical aspect of connecting rod depending on those forces. So here in this session, we have discussed about different aspect and introduction to our connecting rod. In next session, we are going to discuss about case study, or you can say design aspect of connecting rod. So I am ending here with our connecting rod. I hope you have understand each and every design aspect, or you can say algorithm of our connecting rod. If you have any problem regarding or any question regarding to this, you can contact me. Thank you so much. Here we are ending with our connecting rod design consideration session.